Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we're playing more of Digimon World and we'll be starting another cycle in here. Once again we are going for Kunemon hopefully. Let's see if we can get Kabuterimon or Kunemon's final champion. But I gotta say that last time we finally could do something new in the game. It was our first time ever beating the Rank S tournament. And we did it with Mega Sidramon's help because most of his attacks could paralyze my opponents, and then that was very handy. We also gave him a lot of HP and MP, so that also helped a lot. But we gotta do that again, I believe. We gotta keep on going for the Rank S tournaments because after we won that first time, I asked the chat if is this over or should I keep on going on it? And then it seems that I can still get something rewarding if I keep on trying. So the Rank S tournament is now, let's say, not something to fear that much, but we still gotta do it, it's not over. But let's see how this cycle is going to be like. Hopefully we can either go for Kabuterimon's ultimate. I will try giving him a lot of HP this time in case I get him, or the new champion, or who knows what else could happen here, right? But in case everything goes on a tragedy, we have some Digivolutionary items to use. For example, we are still keeping Vademon's items, but also after winning that tournament we got Metal Greymon's item for the first time. And we could also go after Analog Man if nothing else is there for us to be doing, or be farming bits, or be fishing, doing some side things too, right? That can help us on upcoming cycles that can look more promising. But anyway, let's go for it then. I don't know what's going to be my strategy this time. I mean, last time I was trying to go for magic points and speed, right? But then accidentally I got Palmon and then not Kunemon. Maybe today I could try getting Kunemon that's fast and has a lot of magic points so I can see what would be the results from my previous training. But with Palmon, that was kinda like a bummer because if Palmon's fast, she would turn into Ninjamon. But then I was still able to change that result, and I ended up with Wamon, and then thanks to Wamon we got Mega Sidramon. So yeah, since I don't have another plan, I will try to get Kunemon this time, but then hopefully he shows up, not Palmon, Tanemon. I hope that Tanemon digivolves into him. Should I do some shopping? Maybe because we have a baby. Yes, I could do a little bit of shopping. I don't have a lot of money, but I can still get some floppies and potties. So yes, after winning the Rank S tournament, we won a medal. Although, this game is still forgetting to give me another medal, which was the one for getting every attack. Alza thinks that I should forget a move and then relearn it, so the game could give me that medal, but then it sounds very risky. I mean, what in this game doesn't sound risky, right? Playing this game is risky itself. Okay, so let's start this training. I gotta just pay attention to the in training, which is Tanemon, so I can put Tanemon to sleep in Kunemon's bed. But then once I start chatting and everything, I can get distracted. But hopefully not today. Today I can do the right thing and then I can get Kunemon. But then, out of Kunemon's options, I believe that if I give him speed and magic points, he might become Bakemon. Wait a minute. No, 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 never mind. My training last time was brains and speed, right? Maybe that's a way for me to avoid getting Bakemon if I get Kunemon. That's funny because I just remember that right now thanks to my muscle memory. My muscle memory was targeting me automatically to the brain's training, and then I'm like, why am I coming here? It's because that's what I did last time, and then that's how I got Wamon. It was not because of magic points. Okay, so I will trust my muscle memory. Let's go for brains. Oh! Well, that's a way to start the cycle, isn't it? I still don't know if when they digivolve, if those mistakes are erased or like cleared. Maybe not. But let's see if that could be actually good for us. I still have a feeling that the missing champion is Kuwagamon, so what if in order for you to get Kuwagamon you do need to commit some mistakes? Maybe that was something good. But they didn't show it to me, like, they only showed me the sleeping bubble speech. Actually, this was very fast. I know they digivolve quickly, but this was super fast. Not even a single night of sleep. Maybe it's because when I had Mega Sidramon was buffed AF, mostly thanks to the HP and magic points. So as I'm starting a new cycle and then I have the legend rank, maybe my Tanemon now is super buffed too, and then it's speeding up the Digivolutions. But okay, that's actually good. So since you are in training now, we gotta go sleep at somewhere else, right? Let me not miss that. So she got 100 of brains already, right? Yeah, let's go for speed. Okay, this time I will take care of that. So that was 100 of brains, 100 of speed. I will keep on going on those two. And then once I get the rookie, I think about it. Okay, let's go down to Kunamon's bed. This is a very, very hungry Tanemon. But sure. Hopefully we can avoid the Kunamon down here, or Betamon. I think it's the Kunamon, right? Yeah. If the game wants to give me more... Oh, you want to poop now? Can you make... No, I believe I'm far from it. Yes, I'm far from the toilet that's south, right? So let's go for a potty. I was saying that if the game wants to give me another happy mushroom, I take it. I can use them a lot. And I'm kinda lacking on them. I believe I found one last time though. Okay, here we are. So, Tanemon, have a great night of sleep. I feel you a little bit, I'm tired too, so I also hope I can get some rest today. But can you please Digivolve? I don't want to have another Palmon cycle. Even though that Palmon cycle helped us. There we go, Kunamon this time. Brains and speed. Let's see if we can do something out of that. If not, Analog Man. In case I get a Bakemon. In case I get a Bakemon, I can go for Analog Man, right? The good thing of completing Kunamon's Digivolutions is that we won't need to be doing this anymore, right? Like coming down here to sleep and hoping for my in training to Digivolve correctly. Well, I was asking for happy mushrooms, but I can feel happy for some mushrooms that this game is giving me now, so that's okay. Those will help me to prepare myself before facing Analog Man for what? For the 4th time? I wonder where he will be located this time. We were able to find him in the Ice Sanctuary, then in the hideout, and then also in the first place. Wait, no, the first place... Oh yeah, the first place was Mount Infinity. So this would be the 4th time, but then where could he be located at? I would guess at the Toyland's mansion. Maybe... Could he be like in the downstairs of the Grey Lord's mansion? You know that secret lab they have in there? Although that wouldn't happen, right? Because, I mean, unless he takes over the whole mansion, because we could only enter that mansion if we have a virus Digimon, so they would not hide him, like, in a place that has a requirement for us to get to it, and not, like, make the whole place his hideout, So the requirement is gone. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would they hide him in the secret lab if I can't ever reach it if I don't have a virus Digimon next to me? Hey Subaru, how are you doing, man? I was wondering where could Analog Man be hiding this time? Where else is there? I mean, there is that secret island that Wamon brings us to. Oh wait, there is the normal factory. Uh, in Factorial City, right? He could be there too. He could also be repeating locations, who knows? I'm doing alright, I'm just feeling a little bit tired. Even though I took a shower before starting the stream, but I'm still feeling a bit tired. As you can see, we finally got Kunemon again. And this time I'm giving him the training I wanted to give him last Sunday. Which was Brains and Speed, but then I got a Palmon. This time we can see what would be the results. You think it would get rid of the requirement? Me too. Because I was thinking that a good place for him to be hiding would be in the secret lab under, right? In the secret lab under the Grey Lord's mansion. But then in order for you to get there, you would need to enter the mansion first, so probably they would make the whole mansion his hideout. And then the requirement is gone. Yeah, you're right about that. You kinda enter his dimension instead of entering the location itself, right? You know what, but I think that my greatest guess is Toyland's mansion. I believe that's a very good spot for him. So one more speed training. And then we go for Brains. So Subaru, I got some Persona and Shin Megami Tensei fun facts. I mean, one was an announcement and then the rest was pretty much fun facts. I don't think you have played the first Shin Megami Tensei game, right? You're just like me, we haven't played that one Super Nintendo game. But I was watching a video that was giving me like random facts about video games. Oh, speaking on the Super Nintendo, happy anniversary for like 30 years for the Super Nintendo release. Yeah, the freaking Super Nintendo is already 30 years old. But it seems that in the Shin Megami Tensei for the SNS, they have an area in there that's based on Disneyland, but it's called Destiny Land. And actually, that was not the first time I heard of Destiny Land, because it is also a location in Persona games, like you can hear them talking about it, so it's kind of like the same universe, I believe. But then Destiny Land is based on Disney, and it seems that when you are exploring that dungeon, you can find two monsters, or like two demons, that were based on Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. And actually their original sprites were way closer to their looks than the changes they made on the final cut, right? I actually think now that the video was saying that if you play the original game for PC, because it seems it was also released on PC for some reason, you can see the original sprites or something. And then in the SNS you can't. Then they got redesigned. They still remind you a little bit of those two, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, but not as much as their versions on the computer game. So that was quite a fun fact, that you can face Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck in Shin Megami Tensei games. Oh, you think it is for the NES? You may be right, because as always I'm never 100% sure about the information that I'm giving thanks to my memory, but I could swear they were talking about the SNS. Maybe it was like a remake or a port, I'm not sure, but still, it doesn't matter that much because the fun fact was about the two demons, right, based on Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. The original sprites they had, they showed me those on the video, and they looked a lot like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. So I'm not surprised they had to redesign them in one of the port releases of that game. But the other thing I had to say was that, did you see that Morgana from Persona 5 is now on Super Monkey Ball for some reason? Morgana will be a DLC for Super Monkey Ball, so that was kinda unexpected. Disney could have sued them, so they kinda were forced to change the designs. So the video did not say anything about that, because I believe that if Disney actually sued them, they would have changed. Um I mean, they would have mentioned that, right? That Disney was going to sue them. I think they decided to change the designs by their own choice. But Disney is a company that would do that for sure, so I'm not surprised they went for the changes. I'm actually surprised they went for the reference at first place. Like, it was a very risky move. But as the video didn't mention anything about suing, I don't think that happened, but they were able to change the designs anyway. Also, hi Ultras, how are you doing, man? But I was right, Subaru? I don't think you have played the Shin Megami Tensei game, have you? At least the first one? You saw it? Yeah, Morgana the cat made to freaking Super Monkey Ball out of nowhere. Like, what? I think it's just because Sega is the what is the word? It's not the developer, but they are like the ones that commercialize the games at other countries. I forgot the word, but it's just because it's about Sega, I think. Are you doing okay? I'm doing alright too, I'm just a bit tired. Wait, you were playing Top Gear? There you go, man. Were you playing the first one still? Oh, you beat Japan, Germany, and Scandinavia? Oh, you got your France? I'm pretty sure France is the country that has my worst enemy in Top Gear, which are the freaking grapes signs. Or actually, the Save the Tree signs are also very annoying, but I think it's in another country. France will have the grape signs, right? Have you gotten to the freaking level that has the grape signs? A licensee, maybe? I really forgot the word. Like, representer, maybe? Representer? Representative or something? I'm trying to translate it from Portuguese now. Bordeaux, you hate that track? Yeah, France is hard, man. Maybe Maybe you're almost beating the game now, aren't you? After France, I can't remember what is next, but probably one country or two. You're very close to beat it. So Saber did not. He hasn't played Shin Megami Tensei, but he has an idea on how the game ends. Because he played an MMO that happened years after the Shin Megami Tensei game, and then they kinda gave him a brief explanation of the first game. Oh, then there is UK after? Wait, you personal best Castlevania 4. Good job, man. Congrats. 2 eyes today. You finally subbed, or you finally is subbed an hour. How long was it? Is it still like something around 58 or 59 minutes, or is it actually way far from an hour? Not way far, right? But you know, a very good difference. It is a very good difference, you see? 52 minutes. That's good, man. That's good. Castlevania 4, is it still for Super Nintendo? And is it the one that has Richter? Which isn't good? You think it's not good? What is the world record then? Oh yeah, what matters is keep on trying and keep on lowering the time, right? So, oh, you are at like 174th place. I mean, considering that's a famous game and many people are speedrunning it, I think it's still very good. How long have you been speedrunning it? Like, have you been starting it now, or have you been trying it for some years already? So the record is 31 minutes. Damn. Is there a lot of RNG? No, it has Simon, and it's still for the Super Nintendo. So maybe Richter only shows up on the GBA. Oh, by the way, I saw the news of like a new trailer for Metroid Dread, but I haven't watched it. As I know Ultras likes Metroid as well, I wonder if you check that out. That would be your fourth run, and it's not because of RNG. I know that Contra had some RNG going on, especially on the bosses. Richter is on the regional exclusive Castlevania Dracula X. You watched it, looks fun. I should watch it as well. I have seen the previous trailers, but the one they released this week, I missed it. They are going to release it in 2 months, right? I think it's in October or something. Which was also for the SNS, so never mind. Richter was not first released on GBA. You be grabbing it? Yeah, man, I think you will like it. It's looking very good. Especially because it is like a very old idea they had for Metroid, for the franchise. And it's finally time for them to make it real, right? So I think it's going to be a fantastic game. So Richter came after 4. You played that today as well, Castlevania Dracula X. I don't really like the way it feels because you are more used to the 4th game. Um, how is the one? Oh yeah, Symphony of the Night, isn't it? Castlevania Symphony of the Night, isn't it one for GBA that it's super famous and everybody kinda loves it? Yeah, Symphony of the Night. That's PS1. Oh, I can't get the freaking games right, you see. I'm trying though. It's a Metroidvania. Yeah, when people talk about Castlevania, I hear a lot about that one too. It's more open exploration. Maybe that's why it's so popular. You gotta be going back and forth on a map. Game? Okay, the game was a little bit weird now, but we good. Saber is going to get some dinner, alright man, have a good one. Castlevania 4 is a start and finish level, so it's more linear then. Ultras, you also really like A Link to the Past, right? I was also watching a fun facts video this week that it seems that A Link to the Past was not planned to be named like that at first. Um, it seems that Miyamoto wanted to call it like Ganon Strikes Back, like a reference to Star Wars, or the new Legend of Zelda, which is something that he does a lot with his Mario games, like New Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, it seems that before A Link to the Past was named A Link to the Past, we had those 2 titles as options or like alternatives. Honestly, thankfully, it's now named A Link to the Past. It's much better than those 2 other names. Wait, so I got 200 of brains and 200 of speed. What am I doing now? He's still hungry, okay, but I will train. Honestly, I kinda wanna keep on going for those 2, but maybe it's not a good decision, I'm not sure. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to give him 300 of speed, 300 of brains. If he doesn't evolve into that, I go back to HP or magic points and do something about it. I'm not sure, but let me try doing this craziness. But then, Ultros, are you not playing Contra anymore? Maybe after you submitted your PB, you changed into Castlevania now? Man, you want 3 pieces of meat? Come on. I could be using more bodies, but nah. I will save a little bit. Let's go get... I mean, I think I haven't gotten more sirloins, but I'm checking. Have I got them? Okay, and then Digimon. Oh, he's back. Do you have a good item? That's fine. So we are going for 300. Really? That was fast. I was thinking I was still getting to, I don't know, 240 of brains. Sure, there we go, 300 brains. is that a mistake? No, I still have time. Okay, then 300 of brains. Is it going to digivolve? Not yet. Okay, if I give you this meat, you might stop feeling tired. No, he's still tired. Okay, let's go down. And then I will see if I complete his attack and defense up to 100. And then after that, maybe give him more HP, magic points. But I do think he might be close to Digivolve. Into what? I don't know. Hopefully new things. Right, Centauramon, please heal my Digimon. Oh, you got some fruits? I think I forgot to tell you. I was telling you that I was trying blueberries because we bought a box of like frozen blueberries, and then I tried eating them, or actually I should say drinking them, thanks to a milkshake, right? And then I told you that they remind me the taste of avocado, but I haven't tried eating the blueberries like by themselves. I did that, and by doing it, I could feel their taste much better, even though you were right to say that when they are frozen it's like kinda different or something. Yeah, it's not like a very strong taste, but I could feel some sweetness that I couldn't feel when I was drinking the milkshake. So the blueberries are actually very good. Although I would still need to try the real thing, right? I mean, not the I tried the real thing, but like the not frozen one, the fresh blueberry. And you know what's funny? When I'm watching Brazilian TV shows like cooking shows, for example, MasterChef Brazil, when they need to cook or bake a dessert, I always see them like picking blueberries, like the fresh ones, and I'm like, what? How can they find those and stuff? They are like somewhere here in Brazil. There is even this one friend that told me they were having a blueberry farm or something, not a farm, but like a bush. They were planting or harvesting blueberries or trying to plant them in their farm, but it's one of those things you won't find at a regular shop, you know. I need to know where to find them, because if I go out to a regular supermarket, I won't find it at all, unless it's this frozen one. Even finding this frozen blueberry was surprising to me. But yes, it seems that some people harvest them, and it's just very specific. I believe you need to really find that one shop that will be selling them. So it's not impossible for me to find it. I just need to dig harder, right? To dig deeper until I can see it. But the other thing I was going to say is that I believe that some yogo shops, like yogurt shops, they may have some berries in there too, not only blueberries. What I saw this on this berry market, or like fruit market, I went with my dad to buy the frozen blueberries, I saw cherries, which is also not very common for you to see the real cherries. Yeah, they were selling real cherries in there. Another thing I still need to try someday, because I have only had the artificial cherries that the rumors or the legends say they are made out of chayot, right? Chayot. You bought another dragon fruit? That's another thing I still need to try too. But regarding the dragon fruit, I'll probably try it first by going into a restaurant or something, because there is this one juice shop that has frozen dragon fruit cream. So I do want to try that. It sounds delicious. I believe that's going to be my easiest way of trying dragon fruit instead of buying the fruit and then slicing it and eating it myself, you know. But you were disappointed that it's white, and you cannot tell the difference unless you open it, which in my opinion is kind of fun actually. I think it's a little bit of the magic of it. It's just like playing Pokemon and trying to find a shiny Pokemon. There is no difference in taste, I think, just that the pink looks way cooler. Yeah. You're not the first one. I follow these uh, two Brazilians on YouTube, and I remember one vlog or video they were doing of their daily lives that they were trying to find a pink dragon fruit. Yeah, and then the first time they couldn't, but then later they could. They taste like flowers to you? Okay, that's totally not the blueberry taste I got. When you were way up in the Yukon at the top of a small mountain, there were wild blueberries. This was also the most silent experience you have ever had. The most silent experience I have had in my life was in an island that's close to Rio. It's like 40 minutes from. It's like 40 minutes by boat from Rio, and that place is amazing. I have been there, I think, 2 times. I want to go back there with other friends if possible in the near future. But it's a very fantastic place. And then they had a beach that was super silent. To not say it's like 100% silent, I could hear the water waves, or maybe I should say water ripples. Hopefully that's the word. I'm trying it for the first time, because they were not really waves, you know, like by saying waves you imagine something huge. No, it was just a very slight movement of water, you know, that was super silent. It was one of the most peaceful things I have had in my life. But then I remember returning there in another day. Like I went there 2 times, and then that happened the first time I went to the island. In the second time, I don't think it was that silent, but it was still very magical. The current, yeah, those very small waves, you know, yeah. I was even reading something this week that I just remembered. I was taking a shower while listening to Dire Dire Docks from Mario 64 music. By the way, do that. It's one of the best musics for you to be listening to while bathing. And then the guy was saying, I wish I had waterproof earbuds so I could like dive and then be listening to that song. That should be a thing, right? For you to like swim while listening to music. I believe it's not going to be the same way as like listening to music in the surface, thanks to how the sound echoes on water and stuff. But I hope it becomes a thing, or at least people are trying to develop such technology. Welcome back, Subber. What did you get for dinner? It doesn't have so much of a flavor. Most of the blueberries I tried in here, they were kind of sour. But then there were a couple ones that I could feel or taste a little bit of sweetness. Most of them were sour though. This was completely silent. That's amazing. Was it like a sunny day? As if the concept of hearing was gone? My hearing has been horrible lately though, because I pressure my ears when I'm sleeping, and then they get all clogged, right? We talked about that once. But thankfully I'm learning how to deal with my ears now. Like I figured ways of unclogging them. Oh, dragon fruit was very lightly flavored. You told me that it remembered you a little bit of a kiwi, right? Because it's also very watery, wasn't it? It was a sunny day, but it was a bit cold, like 15 Celsius. Yeah, that's cold to me. 15 Celsius it is starting to get cold to me. Sabri saying that he's eating rice, a chicken steak, and some leftovers of lunch. I'll probably be eating some yogurt, maybe a sandwich. Oh, and also a carrot cake. My mom is baking a carrot cake. And then we also have cashew juice in here. But since we are talking about food, I will bring up the food talk right now then, but I'll need to get my other phone because I need to show you some pictures. Okay, let me get my phone. So I was watching this one video that was talking about dishes that were presented in cartoons, and the video was about people reacting to those dishes when a professional chef tries to kinda imitate or copy the dishes in the cartoons. And there were two dishes that got my attention a lot, so I want to show them to you to see what would you think about them. One of them I believe everybody will love, but the other one is kinda odd. So let me go to my pictures in here. The first one that I'm going to show you is, let's say, the good dish. It's called El Birdi Gato. I hope you can see it. It's like a mix of pizza, burger, and hot dogs. On top of it, it's a pizza, or a slice of pizza. In my opinion, this was a very good idea that this cartoon created. This Birdi Gato burger, pizza, hot dog thing. Because I would love to try this out. Does it sound too much? Yes, but it's too much of delicious things. So why not? And then the other one though is the odd dish that this one cartoon show had. It's called the dog nut. It's pretty much donuts that get a freaking sausage in the middle of it. So regarding this one, I'm not sure. But hey, donuts are kinda like a bread, so maybe this works a little bit close to a hot dog? Yeah, I felt that both of those dishes were kinda creative in some ways, but I would prefer to try the Birdi Gato, right? Which is pizza, burgers, and hot dogs all in one together. I forgot, or I didn't keep track of the cartoons they were in, those two dishes, but I think that maybe Adventure Time or something, I can't remember. They were cartoons that I don't watch though. Fruit is good stuff, that's for sure. You forgot to add blueberries, you're eating them now? It looked good until I described it. Do you mean the burger pizza one, or do you mean the donuts with the hot dog or the freaking sausage? The dog nut. Man, the pizza, burger, hot dog one, I liked it. The first one, really? You didn't like it? So wait, you said that it looked good until I described it. So I believe you are either basing your opinion on the picture, because the picture looked good in my opinion, or the name, that's called Birdi Gato, right? I also think it has something about tacos on it, but I'm not sure what was it. But I think it's a mix of tacos, burger, hot dog, and pizza. But I forgot what was the taco part of it. Wait, my computer is now a little bit weird. And regarding the second one, the dog nut, out of the people that were trying it, there was one person that actually enjoyed it. That felt like, okay, this is weird but not too bad. So that one person kinda liked the sausage with donut. I'm waiting for my computer to feel good again. I mean, it's not 100% good, but can I go back? Okay, I think now I can go back. There we go. And then when those people are trying such dishes, they are kind of punished because the video is about like try not to eat, right? So they need to like resist the temptation of trying those interesting dishes. And I remember that the punishment was for them to try eating a spicy donut, which also sounds weird to me. But some people actually liked it. Some people ended up liking eating a spicy donut. Even though that idea sounds, you know, completely out of my taste. Like I'm not too used to spicy food, or even a donut. Like donuts are not common in here. I would say that pretzels are way more common than donuts in here. And man, now I wish I had a cinnamon sugared pretzel. Pretzel and churros, right? Churros are fantastic as well. There was a blue fruit that was in Dragon Ball Z once that you thought looked really good. A blue fruit. Am I thinking? No, I don't remember what was the somewhat medicine they normally eat to kind of like fully heal. I know it's something very tiny, but I can't remember if it was like a fruit or a berry. A fresh baked pretzel is very good, but I like them regular with salt and either fancy spicy mustard or some kind of cheese sauce. That's funny, I don't think I have had pretzels that were savory. In here they're always like sweet or like full of sugar, cinnamon, dulce de leche, um, chocolate. It's kind of like a churro, right? The way they sell them here. A savory one, I haven't had it. So now I will give him 100 of offense, 100 of defense, just to see what happens. Now you don't know, but it's an image in on your mind when you think about Goku eating something that looked like a blue apple. Well, there is a blue apple on this game, I think. Or am I crazy? I do think there is one. I'm now curious, let me go check. Or am I thinking on the sage fruit? The sage fruit was blue for sure, but I could swear there was a blue apple as well. You see, there is a blue apple in here. Man, that blue apple looks delicious, don't you think, Ultras? It makes Digimon happy, it makes Ultras happy. Have we ever tried giving it to a Digimon? I can't remember. I like that it's cyan colored, right? Cyan is one of the best colors in my opinion. Well, since I'm here, let me store some of my items. I need to store the metal part, then the happy mushroom, the omni disc, and the blue apple. Now I'm getting some ideas, or like I'm getting motivated to start watching the one food anime that's on Netflix. It's called Food Wars. I'm now actually binging Haikyuu. I started watching Haikyuu last week. It's a volleyball anime that I got hyped both because of a friend of mine that loves that anime, but also the Olympic Games. That they were talking about this anime on Twitter a lot after the volleyball games in the Olympics. They were even playing some songs or tracks from the anime in the Olympic Games, like the DJ was doing that. And I got to season 2 now, and the anime is really good. Like, they have a fantastic character development going on, and that's what makes for the anime. Also, the games, like the volleyball games, are very good as well. But I was not really expecting such deep character development. You know, it's like the best of this anime. So I won't start this one that's about food, like Food Wars, because I'm binging Haikyuu right now. I'm totally going to watch more episodes after the stream. But maybe soon I can be getting some ideas from this food anime too, and then maybe share some dishes I learned thanks to it with you all. But you know a dish that I know it's fancy and there is even a freaking Pixar movie about it, but I, like from distance, I cannot understand what makes it that magical or like special. I'm talking about a ratatouille. Like, to me it just looks like a bunch of different vegetables sliced and like put together and that's it. I don't get I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's going to taste bad because I also love vegetables, or at least many of them, but the crazy passion I see from people that try that, I'm not sure if I will feel it myself when I ever try it, you know, myself. Like, isn't it a bit overhyped maybe? But this remind me of the dish that the people that were in MasterChef Brazil this week, they were trying to cook. It was pretty much an ice cream cake. Um, I forgot how it was called, but it was basically a dough, not a dough. What is the word? Um, Also, hi Nubble, how are you, man? Is playing the Ouija board dangerous? The Ouija board? What is the Ouija board? Are you making a reference to the Oh yeah, you totally are making a reference to the Ouija board, right? That freaking spirit summoning one. Now it's the Ouija. Go Ouija. Somebody's saying that in part the hype of the movie. Wait, which movie now? Do you mean like... I'm now lost because I was talking about Haikyuu, then MasterChef, now Food Wars. I was talking about many things, like which movie? But to finish what I was saying about MasterChef, they were... What the heck, man? The blue apple looked good, yeah, right? It's a coincidence we have it on this game. But you dropped your keyboard? Is it still working fine? Oh yes, Ratatouille. A Ratatouille to... Oh! That's what Sabro was talking about. Yes, I got so lost on my things, right? Yeah, maybe Sabro is saying that it got hyped because of the Ratatouille movie. I agree with you. Like, from looking at it from distance, I can't see the, magic it's supposed to have. But let me see if I can find a picture, and also I need to put my phone to recharge again. I forgot to do that. A picture of the dish that people were cooking this week on MasterChef. It was a freaking ice cream cake, but let me see if I can find a picture of it. And also see if I can find the name. Oh, I found the name. It's called A Baked Alaska. Have you guys ever tried a baked Alaska before? Now that I know the name, let me Google its images. It's a mix of cold and hot dessert. Yeah, this is a baked Alaska. Have you guys ever seen this? It's like a cake, but it has ice cream inside of it. And then on the outside, it gets this crazy cream or meringue that gets burned. And then what allows you to shape it like that is is pretty much cake, right? A layer of cake, but it's not batter, right? Because batter is the freaking. Is it a batter, Ultras? Am I using the right word? Cake batter? But yes, I was learning about a baked Alaska. Cake batter? Okay, there we go. So yeah, it has a cake batter that enclosures it and allows you to burn the meringue, but not melt the ice cream inside. So this was a very crazy dish. Out of the people on the show that were trying to make it or to cook it, only one was able to do it right, while the others had problems on their dishes. And it's actually a curse from MasterChef. Like, if you are trying to make an ice cream dish, good luck, because ice cream is cursed on MasterChef. Like, people never have enough time to make a very good ice cream, or they need to rush, and then when they are making the presentation, it fails badly. So, yeah, ice cream is tough. You have never heard of it? Me neither. It was the first time I got to learn it, and it looks good. Like, it's ice cream, so it can't go bad, right? But I was mostly curious about this shock of temperatures of the exterior or the outside and the inside. It sounded very interesting. You can't find many cold and hot dishes out there, right? Only a couple ones. Let me go back in here. Yes, Sabra, I forgot. I was talking about so many things at once that I forgot about Ratatouille. But yes, I also have never had it, and I imagine it's a bit overhyped. Because it's just a bunch of, like, vegetables, right? Not that vegetables are bad, but how can they, when combined, give me something, fantastic? I just imagine they will taste good together, but, like, not extra. Nubba was watching a video of people misspelling the Ouija board on Yahoo Answers. Dude, they still have Yahoo like it's been forever. Some things people call it is so funny. Yeah, the Ouija board was a very good one. But honestly, that's a very good way to help somebody to pronounce it for the first time. Like, Ouija board? It's a hard word for to learn. I was too many drinks and dope to put the batteries back in correct after 5 times. If it weren't for the Metallica signature guitar model with the Ouija board design, I probably couldn't spell it. You see, it's complicated, yeah. Ice cream cake is a more traditional thing for Italians to serve at birthday parties, huh? But to have never had a baked Alaska? To be honest, Um, it didn't sound impossible for you to make it, but maybe because of like people were pressured to make it under a certain time, so they couldn't really like cook the ice cream or make the ice cream properly, or either that or the freaking cake batter. I think that if people had like the entire day to make a baked Alaska, they would be successful. You know, it didn't look very hard because it's pretty much made of, let's say, basic uh, pastry things, right? So if you know some basic pastry, you probably can come up with it. So I do wanna. I don't know if I would be able to do it myself, but honestly, I would take the challenge because I have tried everything in there before. Like I have done lime ice cream. I have done cake batter as well, even though my cakes are kind of bad. I gotta say that. I need to get better at cake batter. And I also have learned how to make meringue because when I was actually doing the ice cream, I had to do meringue as well. So it could get a very fluffy and creamy ice cream, right? So you know everything in there is not too complicated. It's just a matter of executing them at a good way. So I someday, who knows, I could try that myself. And also Riva, welcome. How's it going, man? We are talking about some dishes in here that are interesting or overhyped, like a ratatouille. I wonder if you have ever tried any of them, like a ratatouille or the baked Alaska. Let me go back in here. But speaking on Kunemon, I hope we can get either Kabuterimon again or his final champion. Ice cream cakes served at parties are like slabs. Normal cake that is sliced by made of ice cream. Wait, a normal cake that is sliced by made of ice cream? Is that a picture of it? It's like the Dairy Queen. Oh, I have seen this before as well. It's pretty much this doesn't look like a, let's say, something that will have a cake batter, right, Ultras? This is pretty much ice cream layers and then that chocolate cream combined in a shape of a cake, right? But I could not see a cake batter in here. I mean, a good vegetable stew can be nice, but not really substantial. A good vegetable stew, maybe with some beans in there, serve that with some good bread, and it will be a good meal, you guess? Yeah, but I still think ratatouilles are kinda overhyped, even though I still gotta try one myself. So many different color schemes, but I like the natural wood look one. Oh, now you're talking about the Metallica guitar, which by the way, didn't they drop a new song this week or something? I remember one of these days Victor was saying that no, it was Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden was kinda teasing their fans with some sort of riddles and subliminal messages, and then Victor was like, oh my god, they might be coming up with some new content. But then this week, if I'm not mistaken, Metallica dropped a new song. I remember seeing their name on Twitter. So it was not Iron Maiden. But this is a somewhat mix of like cute and disturbing guitar, but it's actually more cute to me than disturbing. I know it's a reference to the Ouija board, but man, those drawings of the sun, the moon right there, the woman at the bottom, honestly, it looks cute. So it's a beautiful and interesting guitar right there. You love the white one as well? Oh yeah, it is the same, right? It's the same design. You like the marble look of the white one? Yeah, the colors of it are very good. There generally isn't better in an ice cream cake. Yeah, right. But when he said ice cream cake, I was thinking that maybe some better would be there. I think you bake a thin cake, you let it cool, and then you layer it between ice cream. So maybe there is a tiny bit of batter in there. That would be closer to the baked Alaska. It really depends on the type, though. Definitely not. Possibly Maiden. It for sure wouldn't be Metallica. Really? I could swear they were talking about Metallica though, but sure. But I know that Iron Maiden is coming up of something too because of Victor telling me that. Unless something really whooshed past you, let me go back on Twitter in here. And once again, I forgot to put my phone to charge. Um, I don't know if I will be able to find it anymore. So here's what I'm finding, Notros, on my results in here. People are saying that there is a version of Enter Sandman that's sung, yeah, that's sung by Rina Sawayama for the Metallica Blacklist album, which is going to be celebrating the 30 years of another album by Metallica, I guess. But I believe that's what they were talking about. They were talking about Rina Sanayama's version of Enter the Sandman or Enter Sandman that was released, I believe, this last week. And it's going to be in a new album that I don't know if it's going to have like new songs or new covers of older songs, but that is the information that I'm getting in here. And then they are celebrating 30 years of an album, I believe. Which is also kind of funny, right? Because I was telling earlier that the Super Nintendo is also 30 years old, so Metallica and Super Nintendo, that's a combination for you. Oh, okay, so it's those news, right? That Metallica just re-released their biggest album that is now 30 years old, yeah. The latest models are a red sparkle and a purple sparkle. Oh, before I forget, let me put my phone to charge. Because after the stream, I will also be playing my Pokemon Go and I need my phone to be recharged. There we go. The latest models are a red sparkle and purple sparkle, but not really your fave. Man, I do like the red one though. I mean, both are okay. Actually, all of them look great to me. I like them all. But I can't pick a favorite. Noble thinks it's too fancy. I don't know, I like them. But yeah, they are fancier than the previous ones. Maiden put out an interesting tweet about how their new album they are like locking up in the Disney vault for 2 years or something. Can't remember what it was about, but they don't want it to leak or something. What leaked was the were news about the new Spider-Man movie, right? I mean, they dropped a trailer, which by the way looks okay, and made me wanna go back to some other Spider-Man movies out there, like the Venom movies and also the Spider-Verse movie that I still need to watch, and I should be doing that this week actually. But it seems that the rumors of like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland being together in the movie might be true because there was a picture of them all kind of together, even though they were not in the same trailer. So that's some big news that possibly were leaked this last week. And this trailer made me want to go back to some Spider-Man movies. I wonder if that other Venom movie that was about Carnage was out. Was it out already, Ultras? I think you wanted to watch it, right? Ghost is going to have a cover on that release. Oh, really? That's all you're really looking for? But it can be good or bad. It's probably going to be good. Oh, you just got back from shooting your bow with your mom? That's awesome, man. You know what's funny? One of these days, I was saying that I was shocked about hearing the news or like hearing about some locations in the US where people go and they throw axes, right? As like a sport or a hobby. And then I was like, man, this could never happen in Brazil. I was wrong. And actually it's happening in my state. There is a city here in Rio that they they kind of have a lot of immigrants from like Nordic countries like Norway, Sweden, maybe Denmark and Finland and stuff. And they are like at a top of a mountain, so it's a very cold city, and they are all trying to like give a theme to the city of Nordic mythology and the Vikings and stuff. And then they opened a freaking axe throwing, not shop, but like an axe throwing place. Because it's not a shop, it's not a store, it's not selling axes, it's just like a fun place for you to go to throw axes. So it is happening in Brazil. I wonder how that goes, because I don't know, it is forbidden for you to like wear a freaking knife or like something that could be a weapon around. So why is it allowed for you to have them in there? I mean, maybe it's like a sport really, and then the same rule goes for example, shooting places. Even though I don't think those are very common here in Brazil at all, but there might be some because there are professional shooters that go to the Olympic Games to compete for Brazil. Maybe it's the same rules, but I was surprised to know that now we have axe throwing locations in here because they were going into this Viking vibes, and then they created this one location where people go to throw axes, and everybody is wearing like costumes, and they have this one. Is it the word tavern? Like a bar, like a very rustic bar or something? It is happening. So maybe one day we can also have some bow and arrow shooting places in here too that are more common. Those seem to be common in Japan, I would guess. Because, for example, Persona 3, they have an archery club in the school in there. So I'm guessing it could be also common in there. You guys had a good time, even cleaned up the place a bit since 99% of people leave their trash there. Oh my god, that's really, man? I do hate when I see somebody throwing their litter around, right? It bugs me so much. Especially when, I don't know, they have a backpack or a place where they could totally be storing the litter and then like trashing it later at home. When Ultras were I Wait, when Ultras, yeah, that's correct. When Ultras were a younger when he was younger, He had a bit of a thing for that. One summer he was really good at a camp to the point of impressing the adults. Do you mean like shooting an arrow? That's something I don't think I will ever be able to try. I even have never tried using a slingshot, for example, but it never held on. The last time you did it was in grade 9, and there was a really or a very bad series of events that all chain reacted into you having your eyebrow ring. What? Ripped out? Oh my god, man! What the heck happened in there? He's speaking out of carnage, right? That was some carnage right there. So you used to have an eyebrow ring. I also can't see myself having piercings or something like that, or even a tattoo. But I think it's very cool when people have those things. Lots of people have those. Wait a minute, you have that too, right? Ultra's a freaking ring on your ear that's like a big one. Not sure how it's called in English, but in Portuguese there is a specific name for it. Hey Meowser, how's it going, man? I'm catching up with the chat, but good to see you, man. Meowser, since you're here and also Nubble is here too, let me show you guys. I will get my phone again, can you believe that? But I do want to show those two dishes we were talking about earlier for you too. So I'll be right back. Nubble and Meowser, I was watching this video to summarize the thing. I was watching this video that there was a chef cooking dishes based on cartoon dishes, and two of them got my attention. One of them was this one, the Birthday Gato, which is pretty much a combination of burger, pizza, hot dogs, and tacos. And in my opinion, this looks delicious. I wonder what would be your guys' opinions. And the other one is the dog nut, which is a mix of donuts and hot dog. This one looks a bit awful, but who knows. There was one person that liked it. Yeah, I wanted to show you those two interesting, crazy, cartoon-based dishes. Okay, now back to recharging. And of course, now we are officially hungry, right? How can I not be hungry after hearing about pizza, burger, hot dogs, and tacos on the same sentence? I'm weak. I'm a freaking weak person, so I do fall for food like that. I'm catching up with the chat now. Okay, so man, I'm very behind. Carnage was Ultra's favorite villain. I wonder if he has watched the movie. I don't know if it was ever out, but I'm now hoping it was. And then I also should be watching the second Venom movie. He's looking forward for that. He thinks it's not out yet. Okay, so he could be wrong though. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's been a while since we were catching up with those news, right? Maybe it is already out. Ghost did a live cover, their own version of Enter Sandman, but he didn't like it very much. Those are popular in Canada, the X throwing places. Nubble has heard of a new shop in the outlet mall near him where people throw the X's. He still gotta go there. Have you been to those places where people destroy everything? I know those are common in other countries too. People that go to this place just to like pretty much release their anger into objects, and then they get like a freaking sledgehammer and stuff. You know what would be fun though? If you could like also select some music to be playing in such places. For example, let's say you are a freaking metal fan, play this song we are talking here, like Enter Sandman, while I'm here with this sledgehammer destroying the world. I think if I had one of those places, I would have this idea of like, do you want me to put some, destructive tracks for you while you're doing this? Because every time I see that on like YouTube or something, there is no music. People are doing it kind of silently. No, if I were into such a thing, I would put my emotions into extreme mode by listening to all sorts of bangers out there. Come on, if you're going to destroy the world, do it with some soundtrack, right? Yeah, I think those are not in Brazil still, or at least I haven't heard of such places being in Brazil. Maybe there is one somewhere hidden in there, but yeah, there are also those places, right? Now, well, in case you go to the throwing exit throwing, there we go. In case you go to the X throwing place, let us know what you think about it. Probably because you have some good aiming on your bow and arrow practice, you may be able to, I believe, throw those X's well. It's not legal for you to walk around with a gun, but you can go to shooting ranges if you felt like. Yeah, in here, of course, it's also not legal, but I wonder how can they make those places legal to exist, you know? Because even making those places, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, a crazy person goes there and like, I'm going to throw this X, but then he says, I'm not, and then he turns around and starts killing everybody. You know, some sort of psycho or something. Or like the robbers. Robbers can go there and like, give me all of the X's or I kill you. And then they get all of the X's and then the freaking drug dealers have a lot of weapons available and then, you know, they use them to commit crimes. It's Brazil, so I can see those things happening. It's not really Ultra's thing. He has shot a couple times in his life at targets, but it's not enough to say he did it. He only did it once or something. What he did most recently was a place called Top Golf. I've heard of Top Golf too. I wish there were Top Golfs in Brazil, or more golfing spots actually, because uh, there are not many. It's not a very popular sport here, just like tennis. Although tennis is easier for you to find clubs, like tennis clubs, than a freaking golf course where you drive golf balls off a balcony. I know they normally do those at top of parking lots, right? I think it's genius. What gets you for sure is at the beach when it's a busy day and then when it clears out people's garbage, it pisses you so much. Yeah, right. Some places in here can also get a lot of garbage like that. Parks and beaches. It's a mix of garbage and spent ammo casings littering the place. Since it's not an official range, there is no one enforcing it to be kept clean. By the way, Sabri is saying that he didn't like that there is no way for you to join the arching club in Persona 3. Yeah, because that's Yukari's thing, right? You were right about that. Yeah, you do, not the big ones though, but the size you see. That sounds weird, Meowser, but don't you think it sounds delicious, at least the first one? It is too much mixed together, I know, but sweet and savory might be good. You actually have more hopes for the dog nut, but you're not a big fan of hot dogs. I do like hot dogs, but I kind of avoid them because it's very unhealthy. But I do like hot dogs. You know who's always eating hot dogs in here? Subaru right there. It's like 2 times or 3 times per month on every weekend. I'm asking him, Subaru, what's for dinner? And then he says hot dogs. Kyle Torian. I've heard of those, never seen one myself. Would have to wait. I would so have the Doom soundtrack playing through during one of those destruction places. I'm waiting for the next morning. You're going to wake and bake. Oh yeah, go for it, Rebel. Good luck on your baking, man. Meowser, have you heard of Baked Alaska? And also Rebel, have you heard of Baked Alaska? That was the other mind-blowing dish I got to know this week, thanks to MasterChef Brazil, and I was thinking that I should bake it myself. It doesn't sound too hard. Victory Riot, is this your last night playing Digimon? Actually not, man. That Victory Riot is there for a while by now. It's just because it's the post game. So when I keep on playing a game after we beat the final boss, it's the Victory Riot. It means we are continuing even though the victory has happened, right? So it's still not. I'm still trying to get the final 6 Digimon right there. Maybe today, who knows what the heck is going to happen to my bug. Maybe we can get lucky and then he gives me that empty slot right there. But, you know what? Let's finish this. Let's see what is going to happen right now. He's probably very close to Digivolve, so sure. What is the outcome of this? Is it a repeated Digimon? Is it not? Is it the new one? I feel like Psycho people would take opportunities first. That's why I was worried about those places being in Brazil. They would need to have a very good security going on. Oh, that's a mistake for us. Right? That's the second one for the day. That's not good. Also, lots of other people around have their own guns and axes. That person would be down pretty quick. The thing is that I agree and I disagree because I don't know how people would really react. As, let's say, Brazil doesn't have like laws, at least so far, and thank goodness, or at least I should say very strong laws, because this new president does support people to be armed, or like people to get guns or possess guns, but there are very strict laws for that, so it's not like everyone that can get a gun. But I imagine that most people here would first hide or run instead of face the criminal, you know? So even though there will be many X's in there, I don't think that many people would face the danger. I imagine most people would try to protect themselves. Maybe there will be like one person that will be brave enough to really face the criminal, but I imagine most people would run in desperate and, you know, just hide themselves even if they are owning an X. Honestly, I'm not sure what I would be doing myself at a certain situation, you know. Hopefully I will never be under a certain situation. Let me go back on the chat. It's a completely different set of aiming skills. Would help with my knife throwing skills though. You also throw knives? Do you throw darts as well? You see, Sabro had hot dogs yesterday. I'm telling you. Ultras also had some hot dogs for dinner. Jumbo all beefs. Reba once owned a crossbow. He was shooting some apples. I see people shooting cans, right, in movies. He felt like Robin Hood. He has had it, never made it though. He had made meringue lots of times though. I even had done meringue once, but then I kinda used the freaking... How is it called again in English? I forgot. But I did it with my own arms, so it was a freaking workout. How would you rate the freaking baked Alaska meow, sir? Is it like very, very good? Or is it just like a regular, normal dessert? Might not be without... By the way, is this paused? It is paused, right? It is on the dialogue right there, but I'm hoping time is not passing by. Might not be without injury or casualty, but if someone lost their minds and opened fire in a shooting range full of people, that person will be shot dead super quick. I hope so. Like, it's going to stop the carnage, right? You should get a bow and join a bow range. I wish I could be training either golf or tennis. But like I said, those are not common sports in here. Or even bowling. That's something that I miss playing a lot, bowling. People go there because they love guns. I bet there is at least one good shot. That is, I forgot about that. That's true. There may be some enthusiasts that are good at like possessing a gun or something. Yeah. Even the owner of the place, right? Probably the people that own such places will be prepared for, I don't know, the worst situation. Since the president got in charge here in Brazil, there were many licenses for people to be possessing guns, yeah. But some are saying that it doesn't make sense to him that Brazil has permission for people to be hunting. But since when is there sport hunt in Brazil? Or like, since when hunting as a sport is allowed in here? I'm not sure. As far as I know, it's not. But then I'm not sure. I don't know how are the laws for that. If you make the meringue well, it is going to be delicious. Ultras has made meringue a few times, not a whisk. That's the word I was trying to remember. Yes, I used a freaking whisk to make it. You have a power mixer. Yes, I was. Do you remember that, Ultras? I learned the word meringue thanks to you when I was doing the freaking lime ice cream for the first time. That was the occasion when I had to use a whisk to freaking make a meringue. And then the ice cream was delicious, but I never really did it again. If you get a VR headset, you can get the muscle memory down for archery. If not, the actual muscles from doing it. What about playing Wii Sports Resort? Because I did play it in there, like the archery in there. I want to make an Italian meringue that's a little different, but really nice and marshmallowy. You slowly pour hot liquid sugar into the mix as you are whisking it. You probably need to ask for somebody to help you, right? You know the other thing I need to try? Mayo, because you need to also be using a whisk to make mayo, right? But then instead of pouring sugar, you're pouring oil, right? I should try making mayo someday, and then spicy it with some spices. It is pretty popular in Canada. Meowser bought a bow after playing Skyrim VR, and he was able to hit targets pretty well without ever having done it in real life. Man, that's crazy. I was not thinking that, like, archery was that popular. I knew some places, some people would be doing this sport in other countries, but everybody here kind of has had some experience in archery. I'm kind of surprised. I wonder what brought you to that, like, in the case of the game I gave as an example in Persona 3, they had an archery club in the school, but I'm imagining that schools would not have such a thing, like would need to go to a club or like to a location to try it yourself, like by your own decision? Or do schools actually promote people to be going for archery? And that could happen, for example, if they want to make professionals and then send those professionals to the Olympic Games, but I'm surprised everybody kind of had an experience with archery. Like I said, I haven't even tried a slingshot, so rip me, right? Hopefully you'll never be put together into a battle royale, some sort of Hunger Games, because then I will die at the first day. I wouldn't have a lot of like chances in such a thing. Which, by the way, I did watch a movie that's called The Hunt. It is a little bit about that, so if you're curious and if you like suspense movies, maybe you should take a look at it because it goes on it goes on that formula, but it does it differently. Oh, by the way, frame drops, but I think I'm still connected. So it was an interesting watch. I was actually hoping for it to be more serious, but I appreciate it for its originality. Yeah, it's a very original movie. Let me go back. Like as soon as you go maybe 30 minutes more north of you, more and more people hunt for sports. Yes, about that, I know it's common up there in North America, but in here, every time someone is hunting something, it sounds like a crime. Maybe because people don't hunt for eating or using the flesh of the animal. They no, never mind. In here, maybe when they hunt, it's for that. But then they might be going after extinct species. And then when you hunt for sport, you gotta also eat the animal, right? That's the logic of it. But again, it's not for ultras. He only has ever had a small interest in handguns at targets sometimes, but like airsoft is fine. I never went for airsoft or paintball. And then I don't want to go for them because not only I don't like weapons, but also I think I will be hurt if I get shot, so I kind of avoid it. It's like making mayo, right? But the opposite, the egg whites and slowly power in melted sugar that's hot. When Ultras was 10, he got to fire a 12 gauge shotgun with the help of an adult way in the middle of nowhere. What the fuck? Like, what was the adult trying to show you? Like, come here, boy. Let me show you the real guns. What? This is now remind me of my friend that played Conker's Bad for Day as 5. What the heck? Boy Scouts and a lot of oh yeah, those freaking camping and Boy Scout things, right? Yeah, those are they will probably give you some lessons on archery, hunting, surviving and stuff, right? That's true. In here, those are not very common. Although I did have a friend at like kindergarten that he was a scout somehow. Speaking of hunting, how the British hunt for sport, or at least use it to, is very odd. They would go in large groups and whoever got the first shot on their target got to take it home. That sounds a lot like what I saw in freaking Bugs Bunny cartoons. Like I remember some episodes where it's rabbit season and then like a bunch of hunters were chasing Bugs Bunny like crazy, like they wanted to be the first to shoot at him. I just got Looney Tunes flashbacks, maybe because I watched Space Jam 2 recently as well. Somebody's saying that China and Japan, he thinks that China and Japan both will have those clubs, the archery clubs, because it's part of their culture and they are more disciplined, so they would have less problems about it. Rebel is going for the idea. Rebel is going to pick up archery with a longbow. He has decided. If you guys try it, let me know in the future. Like Rebel, let me know how is the archery, and Nubble, let me know how is the axe throwing. I want to survive when a world war breaks out. You see, I'm not ready for that. If zombies are coming, I'm dead. I'm pretty much dead wave. You have extra money next month anyway, go for it, man. If it is safer to practice it, go for it. People hunt for geese in there, but like, I don't know, I don't think they are that hard to get. Well, if you have a weapon, then maybe not, but if you are facing a geese directly, face to face, good luck for you, because geese are kinda very aggressive. But they are not as aggressive as those other animals I learned in another week that I even mentioned before on stream. It seems that one of the most aggressive animals out there is called the honey badger, and also an animal called Wolverine. Yeah, there is an animal called Wolverine. If he came before or after the character from X-Men, I'm not sure. That's actually something I should check. But if you cross those two other animals, be careful, especially the honey badger. Wait, there is also another one that I'm maybe forgetting. Was it the honey badger? Let me check my notes. I know the honey badger was in the list, but was he the number one dangerous aggressive animal or something? Yeah, now those are old notes, so I'm not sure where I wrote them. Oh wait, yes, I did remember them right. There we go. It's the honey badger and the wolverine. I used to prefer recurve bows over compound bows when you were younger. I'm not sure if I know the difference though. But if I were like in a medieval themed RPG character or something, the weapon I would go for are bows for sure. Yeah, I do like the charm of bows. In games at least. Geese are yeah and shit everywhere, really? And a Wolverine is what the character was based sort of. I was thinking the opposite happened, like they created the character, they found the animal and then named it like that, but maybe the Wolverines as animals are very old already. I just got to know them recently. Honey Badger, they don't give a F, right? Yeah, they fight whatever because they are always hungry, so they need to be eating every time. So no matter what, if it's something edible, they go for it. The badgers are aggressive. Thank goodness we don't have badgers in Brazil, I think. I haven't heard of one, unless they get a different name in here that I'm not used to. Recurved bows. Okay, but what is the difference between this and the other? What is the other? Compound bows. Yeah, what is the difference? Oh, okay, the compound bows are way more technological. So the recurved bows are like the traditional ones, the ones you kinda imagine at first, and then the compound bows are, full of lines and uh, gadgets. If we have wildcats, we have some species maybe, but not really like. I don't know how to answer that. What is the size of those wildcats you are talking to? Oh, you are actually saying bigger ones. We may have some, but the one, let's say, feline, hopefully that's the word in English, feline, that is like a trademark of Brazil is an ounce. Hopefully that's the translation for him in English. I will show you a picture. Maybe not, because an ounce is like an unit, right? But the word ounce sounds like its Portuguese name. And also, if you translate the unit into Portuguese, it's the animal's name. But this is the one that I'm thinking right now. Oh my god, my phone is messing with me. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this is the traditional feline of Brazil. He is even in the freaking 50 reais dollar. Dollar? I'm not sure the word. Maybe bill? 50 reais bill, right? But this is the animal. That's a wild cat, right, Ultras? He's like full of dots or however those are called. A leopard? Maybe a little bit. It's because to me a leopard is another animal. But maybe it's like close to the species. They are close, but yeah, they are very close. But I believe that animal is bigger. But they do look a lot like, yes, this is a leopard. Yeah, I would say that's the wild cat we have, but they are only in the middle of forests. Like, they are not very common even. For some time, I would say they were even extinct. You guys have cougars? I have heard of cougar before, but that has been forever. Oh, look at that. It's like a giant Oliver. This is a beautiful cat. It's funny that he's probably very aggressive, but he looks super docile. When I see that, I want to pet it, but I'm pretty sure he would rip off my arm. I still don't get why there are 4 different names for one type of a cat. What are the 4 names? Are they like puma? Oh yeah, it could be like a puma, right? Puma, mountain lion, cougar, yeah. They are more territorial than innately aggressive, so they wouldn't like fight you right away unless you really mess with them. He's still not digivolving. I will give him more magic points. Oh wait, so they can be gentle. Which, by the way, this talk is giving me flashbacks of the Netflix series called Tiger King. That's a must watch if you have Netflix and if you like crazy stories. There is no documentary like that one, and be careful because it's super addicting. As it ends on cliffhangers and then you cannot believe the story could be getting crazier, it's mind-blowing. Go check Tiger King if you have the chance. And it's about this, like it's about cats, it's about lions, tigers, and people taking care and petting them. But the story goes way more than that, so definitely watch that freaking wacky story, which is kind of mind-blowing because it's real. If like raised and domesticated to some degree around humans, but they can still snap and rip your... Yes. Yep. It's like up to luck, right? Today he's like good to pet, and then on the next day he's bloody hell. There was a good episode of Trailer Park Boys with one, and they named him Steve French. Is this the episode or something? Like a screenshot of the episode? It is. I I would rather pet that cat than like petting a tiger. Maybe that's why I look at it thinking he was docile. It's because I have seen more threatening looking cats. Like a leopard. The most aggressive pumas are generally ones with cubs or the ones are desperate for food. It's always about feeling hungry, right? It's what really moves the world. You shouldn't approach one if you see it regardless, but depending on the situation, some would rather be left alone more than others. Most tigers people pet have been drugged. Do you mean the ones in the zoos? That could be it, yeah. This just reminds me a little bit of Beastars, the best anime I have watched this year. Beastars makes a comparison between animals' lives and our society. It's like a big metaphor. And there are some animals in the show that they need to be drugged because of their extra strength, so they do not, let's say, accidentally hurt or kill other species of animals. So I just got flashbacks of that in Beastars. There is a big coyote problem in Toronto and Greater Toronto area right now. Lots of people having their small dogs snatched by coyotes. They are gorgeous, but starting to not give an F now. The freaking coyotes? Looking at that picture, I think I will not guess the difference between a coyote and a wolf. And by the way, isn't that... How was that craziness? A coyote is closer to a cat, while the hyena is closer to a dog, wasn't it? There was that freaking shenanigan craziness in the animal world. If I remember it right, I believe that's the way it goes. Like, coyotes look like dogs but are cats. Hyenas look like cats but are dogs. I believe I did remember it right because on how crazy it sounds like, yes. In the neighborhood, man, take care of Oliver, please. Years and years ago, you remember hanging out in a parking lot full of cars at night. One of those uh, parks there, and talk about cars type parking lots. So lots of people were there. And then a pack of coyotes just very casually trotted past everybody. And then they were walking through the parking lot in the middle of like a factory area. Just walked past us and gave us lots of just kept going like, what the F you're looking at, human? Typical of cats. Maybe that's why coyotes are cats. It surprised me how many people let their cats be outside cats around your area. Coyotes are common there too? Given we have lots of forest areas around your area. I sometimes think I'm blessed to live in Brazil. Like, first of all, we don't have many natural disasters, and then now all of like bears, coyotes. What else is there? Like so many crazy species that could be at like our neighborhood or something. I mean, we had lots of, I don't know, mosquitoes that could be transmitting some diseases, but like a freaking beast like that, we can't spot them in here at all. Even though it's crazy to think, right? Like, Brazil has a very diverse uh, fauna and flora, so you would imagine like crazy species to be here, but unless you are in like in the countryside or very close to other forests that could have like snakes maybe, but besides that, I feel no threat from animals in my surroundings, you know. Like I would never see like coyotes, bears, or things like that walking around the city. The most I see maybe is like a random pig, maybe a cow sometimes, a horse. Yeah, horses are actually common still. Like people still ride horses in the cities, but nothing threatening like that. Maybe some sharks in the beaches, but still like coyotes, I don't know about being closer to cats, but hyenas are closer to dogs. But there is that craziness, yeah. Coyotes are basically little. Oh, never mind, Ultros. You're right. The animal that was crazy was fox. Like a fox was closer to a dog, even though it looks like a cat. And then hyenas look like cats, but they are dogs. No, 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 wait. Oh my god, now I'm confused. But the animal was a fox, right? That fox were dogs and hyenas were cats. I believe it's that now. Fox are dogs and hyenas were cats. No, never mind. You just agreed with me in there that hyenas are closer to dogs. So the foxes are cats. I'm double checking it. Now I need to know. I gotta know the truth out of this. But yeah, it was not about the coyotes. So I don't know what is a coyote, if he's closer to a dog or to a cat. If I had to guess, now it looks closer to a dog. Like a wolf. But foxes, yeah, foxes are close to what? Cats, dogs? I would guess they are actually close to dogs, but... Wait, I was hearing a weird noise right now. It's probably from the game. There is a weird noise from the game I never noticed before. Foxes are dogs. Foxes are freaking dogs that look like cats. And then... hyenas? Hyenas are cats. Hyenas are cats. So that's the confusion. Hyenas are cats and foxes are dogs. There we go. Ultras, we were wrong. I don't think anything we're saying is close to a cat. Hyenas are cats. There were shenanigans in there. I knew about that. But then now the coyote, I'm not sure. I remember the funniest thing that ever happened to Ultras in his neighborhood area was that he stopped at a stop sign facing a house and there were like a five deer on the lawn, and then he thought it was a fake deer, which by the way, Noble, what did you think about the new trailers of the Pokemon games? I just remembered Weird Deer. I even said to my friend in the passenger seat, why the hell would you put 5 fake deers on your lawn? Oh wait, they were fake? No, they were not fake then, right? And one looked up at you, and then they all just galloped away down the hill into the forest. Okay, so they were all real then. Deers are common around you. Heck, we even get herds of elk every so often. What was the name? Oh yeah, moose, right? A moose is gigantic. I remember Ultra sent me pictures of mooses before. Oh, it's happening. I committed mistakes though. What am I getting out of this? There we go! We finally did it! Let's save! And I was right! It is Kuwagamon! I mean, of course it is. They have a freaking bug tournament. They gotta have more bugs, right? Like only Kabuterimon in there? Come on. What if that's what I was missing? I had to commit mistakes to get the Digimon. With this, guys, we are missing 5. We finally did it! And we saved, we're good now. We can have power outages, I don't care. I need to see what can he digivolve. Maybe he can become the same as Kabuterimon? He can! So we still have a chance in here for us to get another ultimate. So I will give him the training I was giving to Kabuterimon last time to see if that's going to work. Man, we finally got a new Digimon! Finally! A new champion actually. It's been forever since we have been trying a new champion. Ultimates surprisingly were easier for us to get. But getting those champions maybe because there are so many and then you kinda... You know, getting to the right specific route that comes to it is complicated. But there we go. Did you see my comment about... No, I probably skipped it. Let me go back. Thank you for all of the applauses. Also, hey, Pilot, what's up, man? Where is it? Oh, there we go. The scariest animal that was caught. Okay, there we go. The hype. We freaking did it! But let's keep it up. Let's make this freaking Kuwagamon into the next ultimate. And then in case we do it, we'll be only missing one ultimate. That makes me wonder who could be it, actually. Like, who could digivolve into this last ultimate? The scariest animal that was caught on a house camera in his area, in Nubble's area, was a cougar that had been displaced by the crazy fires they had. The house that caught the cat on footage was a few blocks up the road from you. After you said that, I remember that the craziest or dangerous animal that, let's say, was closer to me in my apartment city was the day that I was at the lounge area speaking to the security people, and there was another the word is not villager, but it's like there was another person who lived there, another anyway, there was another person in there that lives on the same block as me, or like in the same floor actually, and then the person was saying that she spotted a scorpion in his house, or in her house actually. So I was like, a scorpion at like that high, because I live in a high floor? How's that? And then people were saying that maybe the scorpions or other bugs could be getting to people's houses thanks to the delivery packages, as the mail or the post service locations or the post service were kinda dirty, right? And then some bugs could be crawling inside of the boxes and then being delivered at people's houses. Because, yeah, like, what are the odds of a scorpion climbing a freaking building, like the walls of a building, to get inside an apartment? So I would say the scorpion story was the closest of a dangerous animal being to me. Because, like, big animals or, like, cougars and pumas or coyotes, those are not things in Brazil, so it's all about the insects or, like, bugs, right? Mooses are massive, way more than what I was thinking for sure. You guys will see deers, even sometimes on biking in the forest, they can spot them. You are super hyped now, but it's still 23 days until you get your money. Wait, were you going to do something, like donate or something? Don't worry about that, like save up your money to go to the freaking archery practice, right? Yeah, we were talking about the cougars. Oh, you got to affiliate, Ultras? Congrats, man! You're going to plan a fun stream? You are making a big wrestling match. That's all CPU in a WWE game. Ultras, let me know when you do it, man, because I have been kinda offline from Twitch. Maybe that's why you haven't seen me around. Or maybe even on other people's channels. I have been kinda offline, but if you like message me and tell me when it's happening, I will stop by for sure. Oh no, there will be a... Okay, I need to stop by because there will be a nerd wrestler. I appreciate that being... Thank you so much for that hype sticker, Meowser. I was like, what the heck is going on? Who is playing this freaking electronic music? But it's the freaking beat stickers that I'm not used to them, so I don't know what's to come. But thank you so much, man. But Pilot was talking about the subscribers stickers, right? I appreciate that being Chrono Cross music, it's the most hyped music for Victory for sure. Yeah, it's probably my favorite Victory fanfare out there. So it got ahead. Wait, it had to be it. There we go. It had to be it. Full-on old man memory failing moment there. No, don't worry about that. Like memory failing, it's our everyday here, right? My memory sucks. One of the more interesting things we have around here is painted turtles. Okay, but they are like natural painted turtles, right? They are not humans trying to. Oh, yeah, this looks kind of crazy. You know those crazy colored frogs? It's like this turtle is copying them. Nubble has a scorpion. Nubble, what the heck? Do you have other, like, bugs or insects? Did you buy the scorpion? I'm guessing you bought it, right? Instead of, like, I don't know, finding one and then capturing him? That makes you, Nubble, a real Pokemon trainer, man. You freaking have a Drapion? You're freaking hyped for the archery? You're going to call them tomorrow if they have a training schedule? Maybe one day you'll be a professional, right? Or an Olympic even. Speaking on the Olympics, I do have something to say that happened this week, which was the opening ceremony for the Paralympic Games. It was pretty much the only thing I have watched so far regarding the Paralympic Games, but what I really liked about it was that they got an inspiration from the Studio Ghibli movies. They got an inspiration from the movie called The Wind Rises, which is about the love for flying and riding airplanes and stuff. I love that reference because Studio Ghibli movies are amazing, and I could totally see their inspiration by watching this opening ceremony for the Paralympic Games. So I did like that a lot. And then speaking on movies before I forget, I learned this week that Jurassic Park, also speaking about beasts and like all crazy animals, Jurassic Park was such a big hit in South Korea because I was watching a video about the importance of Jurassic Park to the world. It was such a big hit in the year it was released in South Korea that it was able to profit more than Hyundai cars sellings. Like Hyundai is the car company. Can you imagine that? That a movie gave more money than a freaking car company? So after that happened, thanks to Jurassic Park, South Korea started to develop their media industry way more because they learned that, oh my god, movies do give you money. So they developed their media a lot, and that's why probably we have doramas, we have all sorts of dramas from South Korea and movies as well, and then Parasite winning the freaking Oscar. One boost for that to happen was because of Jurassic Park. Would you imagine that? But then Jurassic Park also inspired other movie creators. For example, even Peter Jackson, when he was hoping to create the Lord of the Rings movies, it was because Jurassic Park showed him that the graphical effects technology was developed enough for him to make that dream of his to become true. So he went for the Lord of the Rings like it was the dream or the story he always wanted to adaptate into a movie. So I didn't know that Jurassic Park was that important, but there we go. And then South Korea freaking earning more from that movie than freaking selling cars. That's just to show you the power of media. But do you guys like Jurassic Park? I like it, but it's not like my greatest movie ever, you know? But I know some people that are crazy for those movies and the game. I think the games are also somewhat good. Oh yeah, so this is your first time tuning in from your new place? Could you finish the movie? You took possession on Thursday. Now you are in the process of trying to organize our lives. Do you already have the freaking hammock? Because I'm still envious about that hammock story. That you are going to place a hammock in there. I want one. I think they look very wise. Do you mean the turtles? I love their colors. Since we were talking about Chrono Crossing here, one of the freaking dragons that's a frog actually is getting to my mind now after looking at this not frog picture, turtle picture. Because the psychedelic pattern the turtle has reminds me of that frog from Chrono Cross. Oh, you bought it from a garage sale? Dude, how did the seller convince you? Like, hey bud, wanna buy a scorpion? Like in a garage sale? I would even think it would be somewhat illegal for people to be selling scorpions like that, like if it's not from a professional shop or something. Man, it's a freaking scorpion. Like you can use a scorpion to kill people. Some news like that make me think it's so crazy how some things can happen in other countries, while in here, to me, it sounds completely forbidden, you know? But then on the other hand, in Canada, people cannot sell milk because it's controlled by the government, while in here, I think it's all cool. Like, you wanna buy some milk? Sure. Anyway, the world is such a crazy place, isn't it? You bought it from a freaking garage sale, man. Oh, wait, did you get some better internet pilot? There we go then. Archery is very legal where you live, Rebo, so you can just own a bow. The books are amazing. I still need to read them. I think one of these days somebody was buying the Lord of the Rings books. You remember loving the older Jurassic Park movies, but you haven't seen the new ones? I saw Jurassic World. Yes, I think I have seen Jurassic World. But regarding old movies and old books even, the one that I never really gave a lot of attention, but then the day I stopped to watch it, I was mind blown, was The Planet of Apes. But then I have only watched the first movie and read the book. Maybe I should continue the franchise to see if it keeps on going in a fantastic way. But yeah, that story blew my mind. I was not really thinking, oh, the Planet of Apes, I don't know if I will like it, or like, you know, I was looking at it with some disbelief. But then once I watched the movie, I was surprised. I was like, okay, this movie is way more than what I was expecting. Yeah, the Planet of Apes surprised me. Jurassic Park was a very good, let's say, afternoon watch movie, a good movie for you to watch casually or something. But the Planet of Apes shocked me on its social critics and ideas and stuff. It was cheap and looked cool. It's not alive. Oh, the scorpion is okay. That explains a little bit. The scorpion is dead, but is it not like disintegrating? It's still like at a good state. The government control milk in Canada. Can you believe that? Somebody saying in a garage sale, the scorpion was in the garage and then he was also sold. Maybe it was like, oh, do you see that gecko right there laying on my wall? I can sell it for you too. Or this one mosquito right here. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I need to do something with the rest of the blueberries I have. Maybe another milkshake. Yeah, the freaking government controlling the milk in Canada. I was mind blown by that. No, but I was asking you earlier about your thoughts on the new Pokemon games, right? The last Pokemon Presents news. Which, by the way, I also have fun facts on Pokemon to share. Last time we were talking about fun facts of Pokemon, I learned a couple new ones. That Grimer was created from like moon rays into freaking sludge, or that Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath are the Pokemon that can poop, right? Because you can see their intestines. I learned about something polemic this time. Nipples. Do you guys know what are the Pokemon that have nipples? Because yes, we do have two Pokemon that have nipples. One is an easy one to name, the other one not. Yeah, Nubble got the first one easy one to name. There we go. Not Jinx. I mean, maybe Jinx has nipples, but you can't see the nipples, right? But it's not Jinx. It's like question mark Jinx, right? The answer is actually surprising for the one that you can see the nipples. There is one other that I was thinking. You can't see the nipples, but it has bra. And I'm talking about Garabis. Yeah, Garabis has bra, but no nipples. Anyone else wants to guess who is the surprising Pokemon that has nipples? So it's taxidermed. Okay, that explains why the scorpion is still at a good state. And kept in an airtight glass globe. Is it your only bug or like, crazy species that you keep? It's not gonna decompose anytime soon. It is the illegal monopoly. If Kuwagamon uses bug, I would guess not, because bug is a very strong attack, right? Yeah, he can't. Only ultimates use that attack. Well, as nobody is giving more guesses, it is the only bug you have. I will say it. It's freaking Nuzleaf. Nuzleaf has nipples. Go look on like Google. Nuzleaf has nipples. It is also shocking because it's like a, let's say, male Pokemon. When like you think about nipples, you probably will guess on female uh, based Pokemon. But yeah, Nuzleaf. Yeah, Nuzleaf has nips. And what was the other Pokemon fact I had to bring? I think I had two things to say about Pokemon. I will check my notes to remember because I think I had something else to talk about. Oh yes, I forgot about this. The other fact I learned about Pokemon, you liked the Hisuian variant. I was saying, I think last week maybe, when we were talking about this presents, that the name of the region, Hisui, right? I think it's Hisui. That name was interesting because from many different possible meanings that word has in Japanese, two of them are very fitting. One is like sun, which is like uh, what allows living beings to exist and like provided life to exist, which is the idea of Arceus being the source of the creation of life and stuff. So there is that crazy connection between the sun and the god and Arceus of like being the ones responsible for life to be a thing or creating life. But the other possible translation or meaning for Hisui is the Jade Stone, and that it seems that the Jade Stones are stones believed to be related to spirits or to the gods. I even like this one example of like the Phoenix Wright games. They have Maya Fey, one of the characters that does this connection to spirits and stuff, and she uses a Magatama, which is like a mythical stone or like a mythical stone that allows you to have this um, connection to the spiritual world, right? And the Magatama is made of jade stone. I didn't know that. Not to mention that the freaking Arceus has jade stones on his arc, right? On his back. there are some green stones in there. Those are jade stones. I never noticed them. So, fun fact, the Haisui region is named like that because of the jade stone. And that was very fitting for it. Yeah, the jade stones. And then it seems that in China and Japan they have all sorts of sculptures made of jades as well. There are stones that enrage Pokemon. Wait, don't you mean the storms actually? Because those Pokemon were getting enraged thanks to storms. You misheard me? Yeah, I think that I was talking about the Jade Stones. But then the storms in the game will be enraging the Pokemon, right? And then some people do believe that Giratina will be part of it. No, no, stones, yeah, like rocks. Like jade, right? The green stone. That you can also see them in Arceus. I felt it was like such a fitting name, even though at first you would think like, why is it called Hisui? And then once you research and understand the origins of the word, it makes a lot of sense. But the other fact I was going to say about Pokemon is that have you guys ever noticed that Dusclops has flipped feet? He kind of walks like backwards. I never noticed that. If nobody tells me that information, I think I would never know that Dusclops has flipped feet. Your sorter is stuck in a shipwreck wormhole. All right, Ultras. Hopefully it's one that gives you to like a very good destination. So we're at 69 streams. Are we close to beating the game? We got progress today, man. Yes, we got this Digimon, which was the first time ever. So now we are missing 5 more Digimon. And we have another chance to get one of those 2 right there. Because the Digimon I have can Digivolve into a new species. So if I can make that happen now or today, that's going to get better even more, as we'll be missing only 4 Digimon. So this game is over once I complete all of them. So right now our list is missing 5. You don't know anything about Pokemon? Yeah, that's the topic we have been talking about right now. But Dusclops, man, Dusclops has flipped feet. I would never notice that. No, actually the game is already beaten, Pilot. What I'm doing here is like doing this as like a personal challenge or something. But we actually could go back to the final boss and fight him again because he reappeared on this game. That's why the title says Victory Riot. It means that the victory was already achieved, and now we are playing the game for like extra stuff, for like side things. We don't necessarily need to beat the game anymore because the game was already beaten. And the side stuff that I'm working on is this chart. It's pretty much trying to register them all. Also, hello, Tumpy. What about the medals? So, the medals. Yeah, the medals is also another thing that we could be completing, but it's not really my goal. Those are the medals. And as they are mysterious, and this is a blind run, I don't know what are they for. But Alza was telling me that he thinks that I have good chances on actually getting all of those medals. I doubt it. Because if I keep on, hopefully, getting the Digimon that I'm missing, that's going to be it. But let's see how many medals we can keep on getting. I believe that completing this chart will be a medal, so there is also that. But I'm already upset about this medal chart because we got every attack this game has. The attack chart is complete. And I asked the chat and then they said this should have been a medal. And then I got no medal for that thanks to a glitch, I guess. So There is also that. Maybe we won't complete this medal chart because of this one annoying bug or glitch. But I'm not sure. Have you completed all of those medals? That's not really my goal. But of course the more I get the better. But my goal is right here, the Digimon chart. It does take long, but you know why is this game taking extra long to me to complete it or to finish it? Is because I only play it once a week, right? Probably if I were playing this more days in the week, we could like get rid of it faster or something. But it's also because of that. My strategy for you will be like HP. If this guy evolves into HerculesKabuterimon, HP might be a big part of it. But then you know what? Since we gave him speed and brains, I will also invest on those two for him. So, Pilot, have you went to the movies to check on either... Oh wait, you did watch Space Jam 2, but you did not watch Free Guy, right? Or have you watched Free Guy? I still gotta watch Free Guy. I kinda paused my movies a little bit because I was finishing to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Arc 3, and I did that yesterday. I finished watching it yesterday. I still can't believe on how much it has to do with like Persona. It looks a lot like a Persona game, this freaking season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's why I loved it so much. Although at the end of it, it reminded me also of another anime that I love, which is Saint Seiya. It gave me some Saint Seiya vibes right at the end of it. So basically, I was too focused on animes and I did not watch movies this week. But I do want to watch Hannibal, I do want to watch Free Guy, I do want to watch um, some animated movies as well, like the new movie for Evangelion, the OVAs for Mob Psycho that I also gotta watch. What was the other one that I forgot? Oh yes, the Spider-Verse movie too. Oh, you did watch Free Guy? What did you think about it? Gabriel seemed to like it. You guys might be watching Suicide Squad this week, but you're honestly kinda over some superhero movies after 13 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I can feel you. I'm kinda tired of some superhero stuff too, but I may be going back to some Spider-Man movies because of the trailer being released this week, and then it kinda gave me a little bit of hype. Free Guy was good. Not something would purchase to one and rewatch, but well worth seeing once. Okay, I should give it a shot then. From the trailer itself, I was not sold to watch it, but as you were saying, it's good, and then Gabriel liked it a lot, so I should give it a shot. Maybe just like Space Jam, I jump into them without expectations, and then I end up enjoying them. Man, my English is getting a little bit like harder for me to speak for some reason. Maybe I should drink some water. But yeah, with low expectations, I will probably enjoy it. Also, nothing about it requires seeing in theaters. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, that's not my plan. Yeah, you get it, right? Yeah. Another show. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention this. It was one of the most awesome things that happened to me this week. Pilot, I believe I told you before about the next show that the creators of Dark are coming up too, right? Which is called 1899. I believe I told you that before. I probably told everybody that watched Dark that the upcoming show is coming up next year and everything, and it's called 1899, and then Netflix even dropped a teaser that got me super curious and everything. You are aware of that, right, Pilot? Next year, 1899 by the creators of Dark. So something amazing happened to me, but I'm kind of upset because I kind of ruined it a little bit. But basically, oh yeah, Subway is giving me a hydration reminder. Oh, let me drink the water first. Basically, what happened was that I do check on some websites that give you surveys, and those surveys can be about all sorts of things. Many of them are about video games, even. Some of them are about movies, series, TV shows. And then this week, can you believe I got a survey about 1899? And in that survey, they freaking gave me the plot for what I believe is going to be the first episode of it. So I got some confidential information about that show already. And I'm dying inside because I shall not reveal it. But I'm like, are you kidding me? But the reason why I'm a bit disappointed or like saying that I was ruining it is because I got so euphoric when I was reading the freaking plot for the first episode of it that I was walking around the room getting distracted and trying to, I don't know, stop my excitement and stuff, that I ended up kind of leaving my phone on idle mode, and then once I went back to it, the survey was cancelled, so I couldn't complete it to the end. I was kind of upset on myself on that. I should like have completed it and then get excited after, but I could still read 3 pages of the freaking plot for what I think will be the first episode of it. And they would make me questions of like, what did you think about the story of this show? Did you like it? Do you think it's promising? They would, ask my opinions for them to see if the show will have a big chance to be successful, if they should adapt on something. That's the purpose of surveys, of course. Pilot, I read 3 pages. 3 pages of the freaking plot of that first episode of the show. So basically, I know what it's going to kind of be about. I could visualize the scenes on my brain. I cannot stop my excitement. And, dude, here's what I'm going to say though. Because for confidential purposes, I should not reveal anything of it. Even though, like, nobody will, of course, sue me or like find the information would be dropping here, but I won't just because it's not cool, right? But what I would say is that if what I read was like just the first episode, imagine season 2 of Dark level of speed, because that's what surprised me, that they were giving me so much information and that information was speeding up so fast that I was like, man, this is remind me of how crazy fast the episodes of season 2 of Dark were. Where like adrenaline every time, So this show might be starting fast. Which is good and bad because like that speed in Dark season 2 was fantastic. It's so adrenaline pumping. But in here we also gotta have some time to get used to the characters, and there will be a lot of them, by the way. And yes, they gave me some names even, but I shall not say them, of course. But yes, I believe the plot will be accelerating fast from what I saw from that survey. And if I had to compare what I got as an idea with some other things, I would compare this show to with like Dark and also Snowpiercer. I don't know if I have watched Snowpiercer. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Snowpiercer as well, but then of course there is the mystery that goes around the plot, right? And then that mystery, I I don't know what to compare it to. I mean, probably there is something out there that could be comparable to it, but I don't have a good way on comparing it. But Dark and Snowpiercer are things that I remembered when I was checking that out. So we can be excited for that for sure. But dude, I could not believe they were giving me so much details or so many details on the plot of that. Like I was just expecting, I don't know, a very short summary of maybe what the teaser showed us already. No, they gave me character descriptions, plot, scenes, 3 pages, and maybe there were more pages, but unfortunately my phone got on idle, and then once I unblocked it again, they were like, "Oh, you're not paying attention to the survey? Bye." And then I couldn't finish it. But still, I read 3 pages. I'm super hyped, man. There are there are references of like culture, references of like myths, all sorts of things, man. That I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Of course there will be, right? Because Dark was full of that shit as well. But yeah, this is going to be freaking wild, and it's also going to be probably more horrifying, or like it's going to have some horror and suspense going on too. From the teaser, you can imagine, right? But yeah, Part, that was one of the craziest things that happened to me this week. I could not believe they were giving me this information up ahead. Like, I don't know when they're going to release this show next year. Hopefully now they release it in the beginning, in the first months of it. But imagine if they are releasing it, I don't know, in the middle of next year. It means that I got information that I'll need to wait for a whole year to see it in the series. Dude! But yes, I shall not reveal the information, right? So also other people can be surprised by what's going on that show. But it made me so hyped, so damn hyped. Let me go back to the game a little bit. How am I going with this guy? I was going for HP, right? Um, HP, speed, and brains. So maybe I should finish speed and brains first, and then I can focus on HP later. I know. I'm now hoping they release it in the beginning of 2022, but I will slowly go crazy, man. I already researched. What do you think? They gave me names, like I said. I was like, what is the meaning of this? What is the story of this again? I was researching to see what are the connections. It is going to be one of those shows, man. It's going to be full of, references, names. Dark had them as well, like full of freaking Ariadne's story from the Greek mythology and stuff, or the Triquetra, that freaking symbol. They gave me symbols, they gave me names that we all are used to, by the way, yeah. But I can't reveal those. I gotta also take my revenge on those that did not read that information, and to make you curious, right? To suffer with me, like be curious because I know what you don't know, and then maybe it's going to take more than a year for us to be watching it. So suffer you too because I know more than you. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, but ignorance is a bliss though. But I'm sad that I kinda missed my chance on completing that survey. I would love to like give them the feedback of like, holy shit, drop this show right now, or I love it, it's looking great. I wish I could give them the feedback, but I lost my chance. But from this summary, I have the feeling this show will be fast-paced, or at least faster than Dark, and maybe it's going to not have as many seasons as Dark, but that's just a guess, I'm not sure. It's just because I felt they were going fast. Like, are you kidding me that I'm knowing this already? Like, imagining that was just the first episode? And the level of craziness that I read took some time to happen in Dark. It didn't happen, at episode 1. They were still introducing the characters, the area, the city, the environment. No, what I read in there was like, shit happening right away, basically. Imagine how is going to be the ship level at the end then. Now I'm even more excited. But anyway, that was such a crazy fact that happened to me, like... What were the odds? And that survey was like... asking me if I knew or have heard about some upcoming shows. That was not the only one. But thankfully they decided to ask me about the one that I'm the most hyped for, instead of asking me about the other upcoming shows that, you know, are also coming up. I forgot which were the other ones. Hello, Tonberry, welcome. We are still Digimoning, and we got Kuwagamon. So we made progress in here. And now we are only missing 5 more Digimon. You gotta go, pilot, alright, man. You are going to do some more organizing and tuning this place into, or turning this place into a livable home. Man, all you need is a hammock. That's that's all I'm saying. Or like, now that you're on Discord though, as soon as you get a hammock, please post a picture for us to be envious, or at least for me to be envious of your hammock, right, pilot? It's the one thing you need to work on your new place the most, in my opinion. It's the freaking hammock, man. I love hammocks. But thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great Sunday. You guys might get a beanbag couch? No, you're changing the plans? Come on, you can't change the plans. A beanbag couch? Is it the... I think I have an idea, but I wanna confirm it. Because here in Brazil, if it is what I'm thinking, we refer to them as puffs. Are you getting a puff? A beanbag couch. It is a little bit like a puff here in Brazil, yeah. But no, this is cool too, but it's not a hammock. Why not getting both? Although, by the way, they are huge, right? Man, this one is huge. It's almost getting the whole body of that lady. But basically, Crab, I was even saying this earlier too, the biggest reason why this is taking forever, this game, is because we are only playing it once a week, I believe. Probably if I were playing it like more days, or for more days, we would be able to get those 5 Digimon faster, right? That's about the type we are looking at. Beanbags are much easier to move around than hammocks. Wait a minute, but weren't you going to buy the hammocks that you need to hang? Or are you getting the hammocks that are like a chair? Yeah, it's because we are only playing it on Sundays, right? I mean, also because I'm slow at games and then I keep on chatting and then getting distracted and then I fail at what I'm doing and stuff, but overall speaking, I think it's because it's only on Sundays. But speaking of making progress, let's not stop it in here, right? Let's keep these good vibes going on. We got our first victory on rank S last Sunday. We got a new Digimon finally, and then we can turn him into another new one. So let's keep it up and not give up. This means I will need to be fishing, because this Kuwagamon must survive, right? So I probably will need to be fishing at some point. And Analog Man, I'm sorry, but I believe I won't go after you. At least I hope I won't go after him. So let me get to like 500 of speed, 500 of brains, and then I go back to HP. So, Gabriel posted on Discord some news that surprised me. We have been playing Digimon forever, but there is another anime-based game that I'm super curious to play at some point. That's around the lines of Digimon and Pokemon, and it's about, or it's called Monster Farm, right? Or Monster Rancher. It's an anime that I need to go back because I still haven't watched every episode to the end. I watched a lot as a kid. I even have memories of watching it during the morning while playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, which is the Saturday's game. I have that memory like super clear on my mind. I even know the level I was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. I was playing Evergreen Gardens. It's one of my uh, fond childhood memories. So Gabriel told us that they are working on a remake of Monster Ranchers 1 and 2 for computer, like for PC, for Switch, for all sorts of platforms. And maybe that's going to be my chance to play that game, right? It's going to be Monster Rancher 1 plus 2 Deluxe, I believe. That was very interesting to know that they are keeping the franchise alive since the anime is kinda over for a long time. I haven't heard of games being released at all. But yeah, there is a Monster Rancher game coming up, or at least a remake. Even though I don't know how is that game going to be like, I do expect it to be somewhat different than other traditional RPGs, just like this game. This game is completely different than anything else I have played before. I do think that Monster Rancher or Monster Farm will have its own uniqueness, even though I'm not sure what is it going to be. I'm saying that because I believe when we talked about other games to play in the future, somebody brought it up like you should play Monster Rancher. And then the person even said that the game was somewhat different. Maybe some people would like it and some not, but I'm curious. I'm actually very curious to play it. But now I believe we'll wait for this remake and see if it's going to be good or better than the original. Wait a minute, he's a bug, right? Do I have a chance to join the tournament? The Beetle Land one? No, it's still a bit far from it, right? It's like 8 days ahead. I mean, my Digimon is super young though. 5 plus 8, it's 13. Unless he becomes the ultimate bug, which I believe will be HerculesKabuterimon. Yeah, I don't think he will survive as a champion up to like 13 years old, right? Wait, I don't know if I finished the brains training. I did not. So now I have probably Devimon, Monochromon, HerculesKabuterimon left, which means that there is one champion that I have no idea who is it going to be. Or two champions actually, because wait a minute, it's 5. Devimon. No, it's one champion and one ultimate. I have one champion that I have no guess, and one ultimate that I have no guess either. Maybe I should start thinking about them. I mean, my guess for the other ultimate was Cherrymon, right? Because of Palmon. Or was it a champion? Oh! Look at that! Kuwagamon. Actually, I should have done that earlier, right? To see who is Kuwagamon's options. It's Kunemon and Palmon. Okay, so we are missing 3 more champions, and then it's going to be those two guys right there. Yeah, Agumon, Gabumon. And Patamon? Biomon? Wait, who? Oh my god. Okay, so everybody is complete, but Agumon and Gabumon. So we have 2 possibilities in here. Maybe they will have different results, like Agumon's remaining champion is different than Gabumon's remaining champion. They could be the same. And then I would have 2 empty slots that I don't know. And honestly, if I had to guess, and as I also know already that one of those champions will be Monochromon, I would guess that Agumon's champion will be the same as Gabumon's champion. Like, they both could digivolve into Monochromon, and then I would have 2 remaining slots in here for other champions that are not listed. And then one of them is Devimon, and then the other one I have no idea, and then that would make him extra hard to guess, because he's not in the chart, or not like the other champions. So the best result is if Agumon's champion is different than Gabumon's champion, but I don't know, I kinda can see them both becoming Monochromon. The last champion is really weird to get. And Tumpy, of course, don't spoil me, but you are not talking about Devimon, are you? Because Devimon is already very weird to get. I'm still trying to crack that puzzle, but it's not usual, and he's totally one of those 3 right there. But then if the other champion is also tough to get, it's going to be super weird. Like, from a casual perspective, you never got it without a guide. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, here's my theory right now. But, of course, this can be right or wrong. I have no idea. Out of those 3 champions... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe the last champion you're referring to is, like, the one that I haven't mentioned, which are Devimon and Monochromon, right? Yeah, out of those 3, I know that Devimon will be one, and I know that Monochromon will be one as well because somebody spoiled it before. But I don't know about the third name. So as you say that the last one is, like, complicated to get, I'm guessing it's this third mysterious champion, right? Or are you talking about Devimon? Devimon, I know for sure it's going to be crazy to get. Monochromon has been crazy to get as well, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to get him before and I couldn't. You're not going to say that's okay, that's okay. Let's keep on filling up this chart. And I will consider the worst case scenario that Agumon and Gabumon both have the same Digivolution, and that will be Monochromon. And then I will have two hard to get Digimon right there. One I know is Devimon, the other one I don't know. And then we'll worry about this third mysterious champion when we start studying him, right? But I will also need to finally solve this Devimon puzzle because it still hasn't happened and it's been forever since we know about it, or like since Biotismon brought it up. But I think I will go after Monochromon, because if I can get Monochromon, then I will get my answer for that, right? If Agumon and Gabumon will have different Digivolutions or not. Yes, I think that after I'm done with this Kunemon cycle, or like after I can finally get this remaining ultimate from either Kuwagamon or Kabuterimon, I will go back to Agumon and Gabumon and study Monochromon. Because if I get Monochromon registered, that's going to answer me some questions. Let's go to speed now. What makes me more comfortable though is that even though there may be some Digimon that will be, you know, a pain in the ass to get, at the same time, I was already told that there are Digivolutionary items on this game for everyone. So even though the tournaments are rough, in case I really can't find an answer to like Digivolve my Digimon into whoever is missing, tournament is the answer. Like I go to the tournament, I keep on trying them until they finally give me something good. So you know it's not the end of the world in case the Digivolutions can't happen naturally. But then I need to know, or I need to find which tournament will be the one that can be helpful. But then we leave that for later. Now I know that the rank S can be helpful because I won it once and then I asked like, is it worth for me to keep on going? And then people said yes. But after I win other tournaments for the first time, we will see if they will be helpful or not. I reckon best bet with that last one will be finding its evolutionary item. I also think so. Yes, Devimon, for example, I think I will only get him thanks to an evolutionary item. Because it's been forever, the puzzle was told me, like Miotismon said, oh, some Digimon when they die or something, they can Digivolve. And so far, no progression on that, so... But at the same time, I was not really killing my Digimon, right? So maybe I'm missing that. But I kinda have higher hopes of finding the items than making those Digivolutionary, or actually making those Digivolutions to happen. I need to keep on going on speed, right? Yes. But honestly, now, after getting this new champion, I don't mind if, let's say, progression stops for a little bit, because we were struggling. We were struggling to either get a new Digimon or win a tournament for some weeks, maybe even a month. So now if this game wants to like slow down things a little bit and then I get unlucky, I take it. I have been able to accomplish more today in like last stream. More than in the past 4 weeks, I would say. That I was only getting failed results. But then Kuwagamon, can we digivolve? Come on, let's finish this bug thing, this bug cycle, and let's be done with this so we can focus on the final mysteries of this game. Agumon, Monochromon, Gabumon, and Devimon. We have been on this Kunemon cycle for a month pretty much. But we are finally seeing something happening. So last time I had Kabuterimon, I tried giving him a bunch of magic points and nothing happened, so I will not go for magic points this time. In case, after getting the brains and speed that I want, and also after getting the HP that I want, nothing happens, I might go for attack. By the way, maybe I committed a mistake right there. No, we are still good because he's still heavy weighted, but he slept while feeling hungry, so that could have been dangerous. He's also feeling a little bit sad, so I need to be careful about that. You want 4 pieces of meat? Come on. He does want 4 pieces of meat. So as I'm getting hungry, I believe that this week I'll go after burgers. I have been under a pizza mood lately. Like, we ordered pizza from this one pizzeria 2 times in the previous weeks. But burgers, it's been a while since I ate burgers. Or I could try making another one of those tomato basil pies. Now that I learned how easy it is for you to bake it, I could go for that too. Oh, Dreamojamon is back. Protection. Wait, I'm losing some frames? I think it's back. Yeah, overall the server is good today, thank goodness. Also my computer. Okay, so I need to get more speed. The really good thing about this Kuwagamon is that he's young. So we might have time to buff him a lot. Although I'm not using the boosting items, right? The carrot or the radish, I'm not using them. Maybe I should. Oh, I was complimenting the servers and now I'm losing more frames. it's back. Okay, this is the final one. Now we go for HP. HP is also going to raise my attack, which is good because that was the other stat that I was planning to raise, right? So this is okay. But we'll be here forever now. HP all the way. I will not go for the regular toilet because I have a chance of making him happier by using the potty, right? But he did not refuse it, so there goes my chance. We are giving you all the HP you need to. Oh, by the way, I was kind of looking at the day here. Today is like August 29th, and like finally August is going to be over. I love September, October, and I prefer those months over August. But I was remembering right now that it seems that today is like the International Gamer Day. So happy Gamer Day for everybody. Not sure if that date is like accurate, but I saw some people talking about it. Too bad there is no sale, right? In case that day is correct. There should be a Steam sale or something. Also, hi Yoda, what's up, man? You were about to say the same about a sale? Yeah, right, if it is such an important day or like an international day, why not give us some sort of deals? By the way, Yoda, I don't know if I brought this up last time we talked, but I remember talking to Subaru. Did you know that our Tales of Symphonia movies and animes, actually it was an anime, right? Because there were like more than one season. I still gotta go after that, but I just remembered it because I saw you. Have you watched it? I also need to talk or tell Victor that, because Victor loves Tales of Symphonia, but I don't think he knows about it. I will write down a note so I can be remembering myself to say that to Victor. I don't know if they are going to follow the same plot as the game. Maybe. But I wonder if it's going to be better executed than the game. Because I could see some flaws on the plot on the game. Maybe the anime could do it better in a better way. I was just shocked it has like 3 seasons or something. It's a lot. You're not sure if you watched it. There may be 2 parts. I felt there were 3, but I can also be wrong. Oh wait, one follows the game and the other one being the prequel. with the mythos being the main character. Okay, that's interesting. Like knowing more about the characters or a backstory of them. Actually, both would be interesting to me because, like I said, I wanted to know if the anime could do a better job than the game on giving you the plot. Also, I just remembered that last weekend I was telling Bookmark about the Nickelodeon All Star Brawl game or something, which is pretty much Nickelodeon's Smash Brothers. And I believe they were going to release more characters to the roster, and days have passed by since then, and I did not see if they did release new characters. Because this week there were some, let's say, events going on, Gamescom. What if they were dropping that information at Gamescom, and that's what I believe that was going to happen? I wonder who are the new characters now. Let me see if I can find something. Because I knew about the event, but I didn't follow anything about it, about Gamescom. Oh, okay, this is good news. The Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl will be released on PC. Oh my god, Cat Dog made to it. We were talking about coyotes, foxes, and hyenas. Look at that. Foxes are dogs, hyenas are cats. And then we have Cat Dog. Cat Dog was the announcement. But also April O'Neil. I'm not sure who's her. But Cat Dog, I know Cat Dog. Speaking of Nickelodeon though, there is a fun fact I learned about Nickelodeon characters this week. But can I remember it correctly? Like, I forgot part of it. Wait. Yes, I forgot part of it, but the information is about Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. Does anybody here know or knows, right? Does anybody here know? It's actually no, I said it right. Does anybody here know Mr. Krabs' full name? I forgot his middle name, but I remember his first name. It was like the first time I heard about that because he has only been Mr. Krabs, right? Mr. Krabs does have a full name. I will check my notes to see his second name though. Yes, I also skipped Gamescom. The only thing I did was to check on Steam because they had a section on Steam with like promoting the indie games they were showing off. And I became obsessed by indie games thanks to this year's E3, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm going to check this out. And then I was kind of filtering and checking some indie games trailers and stuff and adding them to my wish list for the future. That was everything I did regarding Gamescom. So April, oh, she's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Yeah, that makes sense because they have two of the turtles in the game already. But here's the answer for the trivia I was saying. Mr. Krabs' first name is Eugene. And then what is the second name though? Harold. Eugene Harold Krabs. It's actually a somewhat fitting name in my opinion. Let's go for more HP. Let's try the potty strategy again. Man, this Kuwagamon, it says down there that he's not disciplined, but come on, he follows everything I say. Like, do you want to use a potty? He's like, sure, I do not refuse it at all. It's a very well-behaved Kuwagamon. I kind of wish he was not, actually, but... another random fact that I learned recently, but now it's not about cartoons, it's about a series, a very famous series actually. It's about Friends. Did you know that the band REM was invited to sing or to compose a song to be the theme song of Friends, but they declined the offer? Which was good for us all, because then, let's say, less popular band was able to compose a very catchy song, and also it was great for them to grow bigger. And then the reason why they had to go for the band that plays that freaking "I'll Be There For You" song is because I believe they were the only song that was like, not the only song, the only band that was like already registered with Warner Brothers, or like the studio, that was available to like come up with the opening theme for Friends, right? But it's interesting to imagine that REM refused the offer, because otherwise they probably would be even more successful, or like have fans remembering them even more if they were playing the opening theme of Friends. But they decided to say no, right?